Om Shanti, and hello everyone. Welcome to this PowerBoost session. It's my pleasure to be with you today. My name is Zvika Zur, and I'm quite a regular student of Raja Yoga meditation. I've started on this path more than 20 years ago. And by profession, I'm a software engineer, I'm a parent, and today I chose for our little session the topic of duality, balance, and harmony. So, on this path, we learn that we are spiritual beings. And we pay a lot of attention to the inner being, the soul, that consciousness that lives life through this body. And then with the soul, there's also the part that the soul, the actor, is playing in this life. And sometimes we refer to this as a drama in which the soul is acting, just like you go on stage from off stage. But the interesting thing that brings the question of duality or balance is that on stage, there's actually many of us, many such beings, many such souls, and each one plays his own part. So just by the virtue of this fact that we are not alone and no man is an island, and we have to play the part in harmony together, some will say that's even the meaning of life, when we actually exchange while playing our part, and we can experience our innate qualities of love, peace, and so forth. But, that fact that there are many of us opens up this question about my own self and about my own existence regarding the way I should play my part. And each and every one of us, we can say, is condemned to be free, because at every moment we have to decide what's going to be my next move in this dance on stage. Every moment we have to make choices. And even if we find it hard to choose, by not doing anything, it's also a choice. So we are condemned to make free choices. And then think about it, that not only we are free, but all the other actors are free to make their own choices. And this very fact sometimes create a little tension, a little, because at any moment, who am I? I am the soul on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm part of a collective of actors. And this duality in the identity creates sometimes a little tension, because I need to think, what should I do? Should I do what my heart is telling me only? Or if I participate in a group, in a project, should I act according to that? And one of the things is that I may think that I just want to pursue only my own dictates and wishes and desires, and just I know what I need to do, and completely exercise this freedom that I have. However, in an integrated way, I always keep getting back a recognition, a verification, or a reflection from all the people that I'm surrounded with, So in fact, I'm free, but on the other hand, I'm not fully free, because suppose I want everyone to like me, okay? I want to be liked. I just feel that that's so nice. But I cannot force everyone to like me. I cannot, if I would be a dictator that will force everyone to like me, and they will all like me because they're afraid, they have no choice, will I feel that I'm really being liked by everyone? Probably the answer is no. It is because it has to come from their own freedom also. They reflect to me exactly how I come through. So that's where the tension is. How do I navigate this balance properly such that I'm content and they are content? And that's one of the signals actually that I'm doing the right thing. So navigating the balance. So what we often find ourselves doing is trying to deny this tension and try to gravitate to one of the extreme. Either I just say that I'm not going to listen to anyone and I ignore everything and I just follow whatever I think is right. And often other people, or at some other times, will just gravitate towards the other side. They'll completely engage themselves in whatever project they're in or whatever people they are, and they will completely deny the freedom of the self and listen to their own heart. So what I would like to suggest today is that we should not do this. We should not go to either of the extremes and deny the duality or the reality of this drama. The right thing to do would be to learn to properly acknowledge this fact and therefore try to accommodate this tension or reconcile this tension within us and find the method which will acknowledge both. So in Raja Yoga meditation, on this path, we adhere or acknowledge that we need some type of an objective source of knowledge and truth, which becomes like a powerful mirror that can guide us on our way. This absolute wisdom would come from a being that's more detached. And sometimes we can say the Supreme Being or God that will offer us this mirror of knowledge. So in order to help us navigate this tension, we put in front of us wisdom or this powerful mirror, and we put it in between the self and others as an objective tool to allow us to navigate. But be careful, this doesn't mean that I take this wisdom and then say, okay, I can ignore now everyone else, I have my mirror and it's me. Then I will fall back into the same mistake of going into the extreme. In fact, when we look at the mirror of knowledge, what we hear is exactly, the knowledge of truth is exactly this fact about the drama. The knowledge will tell us something like this, that if you want to check that your actions are correct and that you really did the right thing, here is a simple way to examine it. Check yourself. Are you happy? If the answer is yes, you can put a check mark on this. And then ask a second question. Is everyone else involved happy? If you can check mark, tick this one off as well, you're on the right track. You did the right thing. So if you find that either the self is not happy or others indicate to me that they are discontent with whatever thing, then I cannot claim this action you can say, into the account of charity, which is the account of success. The other thing that the mirror of knowledge, or the supreme wisdom, is teaching us is that you cannot deny the others. And when you actually do your action, you need to claim 3 certificates, not just 1 certificate. So the certificates are the contentment and the approval that you're getting. So the first certificate is the certificate from your own self. It's kind of similar to what we just said a second ago. To claim the certificate from the self means that I look at what happened and I'm happy with the way I navigated the situation. But then the second certificate would be to claim a certificate from God. The certificate from God means that I was looking at the mirror and objectively was obeying the highest code of conduct or truth of the wisdom. As soon as I can look at that and see that I was not violating anything there, I can say that I've claimed the certificate from God, if you will. But the third certificate is claiming the certificate from others. So here comes the collective. The collective should say, yes, 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 that was good. And they should have a feeling of approval, a feeling of blessing. So what I would like to share with you today is to pay attention to this balance, never deny any of these aspects and move into one of the extremes, and become wise in claiming the 3 certificates. Sometimes we call this in our knowledge the power of handling, or handling power. And this power of handling comes with the study of Raja Yoga, with understanding the knowledge. And it involves using many spiritual powers, which we talk about, and you can learn more if you wanted to pursue some of the studies of Raja Yoga. One of these powers is the power to accommodate, which basically say, well, if I cannot have it my way, maybe there could be a way in which I will not get exactly what I want. I will make some adjustments, but in return, I'm going to receive the certificate of others. And therefore, all in all, there's going to be benefit. So for everyone, actually. And the other powers that can be mentioned is the power to discern, which again, I'm taking my decision and discerning based on the powerful mirror with those facts in mind, and so forth. So this is what I wanted to share today to make us aware about this tension or balance that is very important to keep in life in order to receive blessings from others, from the self, and from God. And now, why don't we just move into a few minutes of meditation? I will just turn my attention inwards and try to guide you with a little meditation commentary. So you're welcome to just follow me in your mind. As soon as I withdraw my attention onto the self, inward, I can really become aware of that subtle current of being, my own existence, my own consciousness. The that I learned to focus on the self naturally. I can distinguish all the physical sensations from this pure current of being, my surroundings, the sounds, the sensations of the body. I am the recipient of those, but in this internalized state. I really come to meet the authentic self, the soul, so just take a moment to acknowledge this current, this pure current, this light of being. The more I can separate the physical away and intensify the current, the light, naturally peace, a sense of clear, pure energy of being floods my inner experience. It's like I detach myself from everything. I take off from the ground of matter and become just a soul, pure, clear, vibrant light of being, separate in my own existence, peaceful, detached from this drama, completely free. So meditation is just to learn, to hang in there, in the state of consciousness, soul consciousness, just being there in my original state of peace and of purity, free, free from thoughts, just being there, soaking in the peace. Soaking in the attainment of this clear, pure vibration of my own existence. Before I come out of my meditation, I remind myself of the Supreme Being, the Supreme Soul, who is always in this light, always radiating purity, peace, positivity, love, and truth. And I create an affinity, a bond, a connection with the Supreme. Om Shanti. Thank you for watching, I hope, being with me in this Power Boost session this afternoon. And I hope to see you again soon.